Hiya. Oh, bless them. Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. We'll be starting in a second, I promise. Bless you. Wow. I think we're going to need to add an extra hour onto the night for the raffle. Thanks, Julie. We're getting the ones that we've dragged in off the street all settled. We've dragged in lots of people off the street, so we're just getting them settled. We're starting in a moment. It's fun. They get the behind the scenes view. 1, 2, 3. Good evening, friends. Good evening, and welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists. This fine, uplifting, toasty, festive, Christmassy Thursday evening, and it's a pleasure to see so many of you here tonight. And of course, it's great to see you all. It's lovely that you're here, but it's also with some trepidation and sadness that I say, it's the last service of 2024. If you don't behave yourself, I'll get her up to do one as well, all right? But it's a great pleasure to welcome you all here tonight, and an even bigger pleasure to introduce our medium for tonight. Because for 25 years I've been treading this path. The one that you can blame for it is sitting right beside me, because it gives me great pleasure to welcome our medium tonight, Rev Lyn Gibb-de Swarte. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, 25 years ago, around about this time of year, actually, wasn't it? Around about this time of year, I was working at the sports centre that's been knocked down in Littleport, and I was on the committee and was told, there's 2 ladies moved up from London and they want to open a spiritualist church in the lower bar. Would you, because you're into that weird stuff, would you go along and keep an eye on them and make sure that they don't do anything they shouldn't?
No spitting.
Yes, because it was in the football bar, so it said no spitting. I was invited to make the tea. I was then invited to never again make the tea. But I was invited to take part of one of the greatest adventures of my life. And so please send your love, your upliftment, and your joy to our medium tonight, Lynn. And I know that you're in for a treat. I'm going to begin with some notices because there are a few to get through. And I know that if I don't say this now, I will forget and get myself in big trouble. Our last online spiritual debate of the year is on Monday via Zoom between 11 and 1. So if you're interested, come and have a word with Mother or me, or unless you've already been going on, in which case it's the usual code, you know what you're doing. But that is on Monday at 11. We return with, of course, our first service of the new year being the first Thursday of the new year. And I do apologise, the medium's me. Sorry and all that. Behave yourself. But I do look forward to a wonderfully uplifting new year. It's been one mighty adventure. One more notice, of course. Do stay after the end, not just for that amazing raffle that everyone's put together. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. But also, we've got a bit of a buffet after tonight as well, so do stay for nibbles. And one other, there's something really, really important that I need to mention in the notices, and I can't quite remember what it is. Oh, yes, of course. Lynn has written a book. There you go. It's like being on Golden Shot, isn't it? So Lynn has written what can only be described as the most long-awaited memoir in this way of life, I've got to say. And as someone in France said to me the other day, and the quality of the paper is very, very good. And I said, I must tell Lynn because she'll love that. But Lynn has written her memoirs, and she's brought some copies to sell to us tonight. So if you are interested in making a purchase, shall we get Kathy doing some work? Is she organised, or are you selling them after? Yeah, so see Kathy, give them a wave, Kathy. There you go. Take a bow, darling. There you go. Of course you is. Hey! See Kathy afterwards. How much are they? £10 if you are interested in making a purchase. It is an adventure to read, and I am told, and I am remembering from my days in Circle getting things like Covent Garden Market and cigars with pint jugs, it's quite an adventure to see too. So do if you're interested, come and see Kathy at the end to make a purchase of that. And yeah, you're going to say this is an ample opportunity to get a signed copy as well. You know. We'll get you a stamp. We'll get you a stamp. I can make you one. There you go. I'll get a tater and carve it out. But there we go. So that is the notices for this week. But so now, my friends, as is the usual order of service, let's join together and open this evening in the first Thursday of 2025. I believe it's the second or third. Let me have a check. Second. Thank you. 2nd of January, 2nd of December. Do you know what? It's typical, really. All those years I've been saying the time for the drumming wrong, I actually turned up at the drumming at the wrong time this time. So you've got your own back on me. But there we are. Friends, let's join together and open in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine, universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, hope, and friendship, that we might witness your proof and your truth, that life is indeed eternal. As we ask that the veil be lifted and those loved ones come forward, we place this service in your care and keeping, and ask that your ministry of angels step forward to aid, assist, and help your instrument and your servant here tonight. And state, as always, that everything we do is in love, truth, and in light. Amen. Well, friends, it is at this point where we usually do that one thing that Barry sits waiting for 7 days with excitement and joy. And that is, of course, spiritually inspired philosophy. It is, however, of course, important to recognize that it would be too easy to think of a theme at this time of year, because of course we've got the festivities, we've got Christmas, we could talk about many things like that. We could talk about the 21st, the longest night and the shortest day, that is Yule. But what's at the root and the core of all that, my friend? I'm looking at it. Family, community, compassion, upliftment, and love. That ability to remember that we are living spirit. That ability to remember that we have a personal responsibility to make earth as it is in heaven. To remember that we can work together to bring joy, love, and upliftment. And that sometimes, if it's relatively simple for us to do something, I'm sure we should do it because Spirit have probably got better things to worry about. So if it's within our grasp and within our remit, we should take that action and make it happen by supporting each other, by coming together, by rising above the troubles of the day. See, you're still in the back of my head because I still get that in every darned meditation. To let go of the troubles of the day, but to help each other do that by showing compassion, love, and friendship. As I look around this room, I can see old friends, new friends, friends that have been coming and going backwards and forwards. But one thing I know is that this church is as it should be. It's community, the people that come through the doors and keep those doors week in, week out. With humility, with compassion, and with kindness, we can change the world. With humility, compassion, and kindness, we can make a difference in each other's lives. And it doesn't have to be massive, grand gestures. I'm reminded by a friend in spirit that he told me that there was one magic word to start building the world anew. And that word is hello, and start a conversation. It really is quite easy, my friends. It is our machinations, it's the world, it's the troubles that makes it difficult. But we can be the change that we so sorely need in this world by expressing kindness and love and coming together. Not just on a Thursday night, not just in circles, not just in workshops, and certainly not just to wind Barry up. I'm making every opportunity. I've only got one left this year. It is every single moment of every single day. Live it. Because that is what sets true faith and connection to spirit apart from just a way of life or social club. Live that compassion, live that love, and live that upliftment. And as we march out of 2024 and spring boldly into 2025, let's make well, some of us will, you know. But the whole point of the address is I'll pick you up and do it with you, you know. You know, as we jump into 2025, let us remember that we can make that year be the year that we change the world, one heart, one soul at a time, by continuing to do what it is that we do, and by strengthening that resolve with focus and with friendship. So God bless you all. Happy Christmas, and thank you for listening. And of course, the one thing that we do here, which is exciting and also quite nerve-wracking sometimes, it has to be said, is we have the philosophy before the reading to test the spirit. And so Eunice has written something to give us a reading. I haven't got a clue what it is as ever. And now I'm going to invite her forward to find out if her and my guides have been on the same page. So please welcome Eunice.
Oh, how can you take me seriously dressed like this, honestly? Another year was almost done. Boy, did it go fast. I've made more friends. I've seen a lot. Memories of the past. I've seen some happy moments. I've also seen some sad. But through it all, I have to say, it really wasn't bad. We've lost some friends to spirit. Our losses spirits gain. We are the lucky ones, for we have each other to ease the pain. We've also had some happy times. New babies have arrived to bring the joy and love to help us to survive. For life is just a balance. It has its ups and downs. Please remember we are here to help you lift those frowns. You are all very special. I thank you also true for the support that you have given us for being, well, just you. A family is it is special, but not just right of birth. It's also friends that come along to join us on this earth. So may this Christmas, New Year, and New Year bring love and peace, bring hope. For these are things we cherish, together we will cope. So celebrate as best you can a time of love and peace. Make memories that will last for you. Our support will never cease. Next year is new beginnings, memories to be gained. So God bless every one of you until we meet again. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and peace be with you.
Not only was that a wonderfully beautiful reading, it was also quite interesting to be seeing your tail resting on the table. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you. And now, of course, my friends, we come to one of the most important parts of the evening, where we not only send out our healing thoughts, but also offer hands-on, close contact healing to anyone who wishes to have it. When Tony gives you his instructions, raise your hand if you want some healing and keep it up until there's somebody either acknowledged you or stood behind you, just so we know where we're going. But to explain it all more fully and to get the ball rolling, please welcome our healing leader, Tony.
I was going to try and be very serious, but it didn't work. First of all, thoughts from the healing book. Janet, Sue and David, Sophie, Charlotte, April, Abby, Wendy, Janet, Christine Townsend, Jason, and our very own Caroline, who was taken ill this morning and should have been here tonight. Kathy and David, Sylvia, Roger, Sheila, Amanda, Alan, Jenny's cat, that's still not well. Paul, the boulder baker, Skippy, who had a stroke, John with his constant cold, Paul, paraplegic, bedbound for 40 years, Alan Holmes, struggling with mental health, Elaine, Billy, Craig, Maggie, and Danny. So if you would mind sending your healing thoughts to those in the next few minutes, I would appreciate it. As Nick said, this is the time, the most important bit of the evening as far as any of us are concerned. If you would like some healing, please raise a hand. If you're prepared to give some healing, please go to where there is a hand raised. 2, 1 there, 1 there. Okay, we're all done. Fine, thank you. Few words as ever. All okay? Yeah. A few words as ever. Great Spirit, would you please send your healing power down through our healers to the recipients who've asked for it, and at the very same time, please protect our healers from anything that they don't want to receive. Healers, you've got a couple of minutes starting now. Thank you, healers. If you can just bring yourselves back, say their thank yous to your guides. And thank you, all of you who asked. It is the most important thing of the evening. Thank you.
And I do concur. Thank you to all of our healers. And thank you, Uncle Scrooge. I did want to get him a beak, but you know. Friends, in just a few moments, I am going to be handing over to our medium tonight, Lynn. But of course, there are those all-important announcements to make. Should you do have a mobile telephone, please make sure that it is, of course, on silent or vibrate. We should be all right. Rusty's not here tonight, but we do send her some healing, of course. But her phone usually does like to beep a lot. And if Lynn should come to you, please answer in a clear voice, yes, no, don't know. Don't feed the medium. She really will bite your hand off. And if the curtains start twitching and the lights start flashing, you can follow me. I'll be the first one out. But do send your love, your upliftment. Well, yeah, but they're supposed to flash, darling. They're supposed to flash. Can't get the staff, can you? But please give a proper Littleport welcome and a warm, uplifting, raucous applause for our medium tonight, Rev Lyn.
So things have really changed since I began my journey into mediumship. As the lady in the front row there, who was the first person I met at the Arthur Findlay College, will tell you, we never applauded anybody. We certainly didn't raise our voices too loudly, and we had to dress appropriately. And
No, we don't.
and that was just the congregation, not the mediums. There were very strict rules for the mediums, where they're not, Lynette. Very strict. And most churches that you'll see anyway, most spiritualist churches had what they called a modesty rail. That was a rail on the platform so that the ladies wouldn't be showing their legs to the congregation when they stood there, when they stood up on the platform to give their messages and so on. So things have changed a lot since then. And they've changed really since I started this spiritualist meeting 25 years ago. And I know that there are some of my fledglings here lurking. They're lurking, aren't they, Della? And Kathy said to me, Kathy, my partner, said to me, you know, you could always drag Della up. Because she was terrified I was going to drag her up. Weren't you, Kathy? Yes, I wouldn't do that. Would I do that? I only did that once. That was, yes, apart from that, yes. So without more ado, yes, to mention my book. I thought it wasn't worth writing my life story if I wasn't honest. And so it is a bit shocking. And if you're of nervous disposition, you definitely don't want to buy it at any price. But you know, it took me quite a few years to sort of get sorted out. What I did find, though, was at the end of it, that it did offer some hope. So I thought on that basis I'll get it published. Otherwise I wouldn't have. But you know, it's like sort of walking through a rather a mess for about the first 40 years of it. And after that, it gets a bit better. And I must say that the last few weeks, it's been quite good. But yeah, it was looking back at my life and thinking, wow, it's in sort of like sport, you know, a game. It's like two halves. So I wasn't always this good or this old. So be warned if you are going to plunge into the book. Anyway, enough about me. As a medium, most people would know that you have to have various sensitivities, and I'm what they call clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant, clair everything you like. And that's what I teach, what I've taught. I don't teach anymore other than on the internet, stuff like that. And dear Rev Nick, who is behind me, like the devil, made a couple of rather decent videos of me helping people to develop, and that's on YouTube. So if you want to have a look, thousands and thousands of people have watched it apparently, because they tell you how many, and there's thousands, aren't there, Nick?
There is. I'll make sure I know by the end of the service.
The other thing about that, of course, is that you've got no control over who's learning and what the development is like, and they're not getting any certificates or exams to pass or whatever, which is fair enough. But we don't know what's out there now, so we can just hope for the best, really. It's a very difficult thing to teach people and then sort of say, well, go and do this then, because we can't really monitor them after that. When I was in Israel, I was teaching some workshops. I was only out there a few months on and off. And I went back to a friend's funeral, in fact, and there were loads and loads of my Talmudim, the students out there at the funeral, and they all rushed up to me and were pressing cards upon me. And as I looked at the card, they were all saying, medium, medium, healer, crystal ball gazer, sand reading, ribbon readings, all the things that I've taught. They were in business. So, we can only hope. Having said all that, I need to do what I'm here to do, which is give as many people as possible messages from beyond the veil. The fact is that everybody's still with us. They pop off, but they're in communicable distance. They're there. It really is true. And I always say to people, be careful what you think, because people can hear you. You're not on your own, even when you think you're on your own. And you don't have to invoke anybody, and you don't have to do a lot of praying or anything like that. You can be on the toilet if you want, and in a bit of a pickle, and sort of think, oh my goodness me, what am I going to do now? Well, think of a loved one, ask them for help. Help, I'm having a problem here. You will get the help. You'll get the help. Even if you're not aware enough to hear or whatever, you will get helped. And by that means you will know that they're close to you. So I can't resist telling people things like that. You see, I can't. We can't be exclusive. This is not an exclusive club. Spiritualism is not an exclusive club. Mediumship is not an exclusive club. We can all be mediums. We just have to open our minds, open our hearts, and allow people to come in. And all this thing about the nasties, I'll tell you something, like attracts like. If you're not a very nice person, and you know that yourself, if you're not, I'm sure everybody here is wonderful. But, if you harbour bad thoughts and things like that, you will attract that to you. So basically, ordinary people like ourselves don't have to worry about that, really and truly, because no nasties can come within miles of anybody that's good. There you go. Unless, of course, they're called Hamas. Right, on that note, we'll quickly skate over that one. Skating is what I used to do as well. There's so many people here, and so many people have got people with them. There's a lot of excitement around, you see. There's a lot of excitement, and it's about working through that. Those of you who are mediums will understand what I'm talking about, because there's so many people that want to get through. I have to keep coming back to you, Burnett. I'm sorry, love. Because Burnett is somebody that I've known, and I knew her husband very well. And I know that he's gone from down here. I also know that he's been around a lot down here. since he's been gone from down here, if you understand what I'm saying. And Burnett will understand that he's been around at home and trying to do his best to sort of make sure that she's all right. I see. And telling me that she hasn't been so well lately, is that right? You have to answer, don't you? Don't forget how to answer. We all need to know whether I'm talking rubbish or not. This I don't know. I'm not privy to Burnett's home, so I know that things have been moved about here or there. And he's tried, yes, say yes. You know, it's marvellous, isn't it? Get people to talk. When I first went into a spiritualist church, I was gobsmacked. I thought, well, oh dear, could I say that? Yes. I couldn't speak when the medium came to me. I was just nodding like this. But I do understand. But Burnett is she's very experienced, so she should speak up. I need to say to you that he's talking about your bedclothes and bedding and everything. For reasons you would know. I think perhaps it's a bit of a weight on your legs or something. Yes, yes. So perhaps something lighter, you see. That you've been probably contemplating something, some new arrangement. You know, like a thinner covering that's warming. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. And his love. He wants to give you his love. And he's saying, you know, it's like a candle in the window. So he's just, you know, lots of love to you from him. God bless. The gentleman sitting next to you, somebody comes very close to me and is making me, you know, I said I was clairsentient, did I? You know, you feel things. I don't mind if you leave, sir.
He'll have at least 3 more breaks.
I'm feeling very, very dry in the mouth and throat. And it's hard for me to swallow. And I feel that this gentleman here is giving me his passing conditions, the way he felt before he passed over to the spirit world. Can you understand that? Can the gentleman next to you understand that? Thank you. And again, it's rather raw, so we won't dwell on that. Oh dear, dear, dear. He's giving me all sorts of aches and pains as well, extra to what I feel I'm going to get. This is another perk of the job. You know, I'm filled with pain, and he's saying, oh, it was great, you know, and I stepped out of it and left it behind. But he said they were all crying and upset. Is that correct? You're crying and upset. He wasn't. He was delighted. And I don't know if this is sort of like a dance move or a little move that he would make, sort of happiness when he was all right. You have to remember him when he was all right, when he didn't have all these things wrong with him. And he was very shocked when it all happened and very miserable about it. But when he finished with it, you know, when he went over, he was absolutely delighted. You know, he could do everything again. And he was pleased to be able to wear his old clothes because he hadn't been able to, for some reason, he hadn't been properly dressed. You would understand that? Yeah. So I'm glad to be able to bring you evidence from him that he's still around, that he's able to communicate with you, that he sends his love. Not just to you either, but there are other people as well involved. he's saying, the people. And he said it's very difficult for you because you were like that as a child, apparently, rather sort of introverted in yourself. So it was difficult to express to other people sort of how you felt, really. So I won't, divulge any more intimate details of your youth, but you've got to look forward, not, the Christmas thing. You haven't got to be miserable. That's the point. And he'd like you to try and enjoy yourself. He's saying it's very difficult. He's saying to make you enjoy anything these days, but try and enjoy it and know that he's around. I'm asking him, while I'm talking to you, I'm asking him, can't you give him something, And I'm looking at a tree, and the idea is that you should have a decorated tree, and bring some light and life into yourself, not to feel so down and gloomy. Because he wasn't like that. He wasn't like that at all, and he doesn't want you to be like it either. So I say God bless you, and ask him to take all the aches and the pains away. To do with that, then. Thank you. Now, to make sure that nobody's fallen asleep over this side, and my students that are here will know what I'm talking about, because I'm always saying to them, don't. Oh, there we are. See. In the old days, there used to be sort of acts on the musical. I shall come down among you. Yeah, turned it off now, so I can't move. Rendered immobile. I shall look and see who's waving at me the worst. Actually, this is what I do because there's so many people with everybody here. Crowds, especially for you. Yeah, especially for you. They're all sort of grouping up on you, sort of ganging up and, waving at me and stuff. So, there's a lady here that has a similarity to you. I won't say say a similarity to you, but she doesn't like the hat. That was the one thing I got there. Won't say that. And the hair, she was very fussy about her hair herself, and I expect you are, but she's saying she would never have sort of gone out with a silly red hat on like that. Sorry about that. Sorry. I just repeat what I'm told to say. The thing is that as we know, when people go over, they don't lose their characteristics, and they can prove who they were by that. And to be honest, I think she's being flattered here. I was going to say I didn't know if it was your mother or a sister here. Because she said, "Oh, I'm being flattered," because when I said mother or sister, so she didn't look. People present to us as they like to be presented. You see, and she's showing us sort of like older, middle-aged, really, and nicely done. Nicely done hair. But it was like a shampoo and set. Did you used to set it? Shampoo. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, she's quite short of. Well, she knew what she liked. Put it that way. So, like, she wouldn't have anything she didn't like, and she's talking about this shampoo and set. That was very important to her. And well, she said it's sort of important to you, but not as important as it was to her. She's being polite, I think. Yeah. And she's not keen on very much, to be quite honest, because she thinks that ladies should wear certain kinds of clothes, and she would like sort of matching things up, and a matching bag and shoes would be ideal. Don't know if you know that, but I think she's talking about when she was young. Yeah, she was, as I was saying, you know, she was talking about when she was young, because that's what they do as well. They remind us that they were young once. They weren't always old and grumpy, she says. So she obviously got a bit grumpy. Yes. Yeah, she's not apologising either, because that's not her way, she says. So she's not apologising for it either, which is really good, isn't it? She managed to sort of keep herself together, and, you know, she's over there saying, well, here I am, you know, and that's just how it was. But with all the things that were going wrong, she says she was entitled to be a bit grumpy and that, you know. So she said she resonated with me when I was talking about the toilet. The toilet, sitting on the toilet. What? Well, there you are then, you see. So she said it resonated when I said, like, you could ask for help. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So I think we've got there, haven't we? I think, you know, you've got to understand that your mother loves you so much that she hasn't minded coming through and talking to you in front of all these people. That's what she says. You know, because she wouldn't normally have relished that. And she was a very private person, actually, very private. So I think we're lucky, really, that we got her on a good night, actually. So I'll say God bless you. I hope you've enjoyed that contact. Yeah, I did too. But she's still looking at your hat, I'm sorry. It's very disconcerting to me. As for you, and your hat, well, amazing. Let's have a look. Oh dear. I've been told I should go back over that side for a minute. Oh dear. I want to stay this side, and they're saying I have to do what I'm told. Ooh. Very good, this, isn't it? It's like physical mediumship. Physical mediumship. I should put that on my card. Physical mediumship in a chair. That was something that we were told never to do, you know, advertise ourselves. They used to say word of mouth only is the only thing worth having. No reputation. Lady over there, cuddly like thing. Yeah. You get the profile that way, you see. You have got the most lovely aura around you. And you obviously study quite a lot, or you're interested in quite a lot of this kind of thing. The same way. The spiritual life appeals to you very much. And they're actually putting I'm always doing this, sort of, not exactly marrying people up, putting people together. And the gentleman sitting next to you seems to be connected. You know, that's all I can say. You're connected. I'm trying not to be too personal or anything. But you have a particularly good affinity with him. And I see he's got ho, ho, ho written on his tummy, which is rather nice. And it feels like a very loving relationship is going on. In the old-fashioned sense of the word, you know, agape love, you know, grace and kindness and caring. I felt that I was going to say parents were with you. And I hate burying people's parents when they're not gone. but I did get parents, like as in two, you know, which is really awful. You know, you could say losing one parent is a bit unfortunate, and losing two is absolutely reckless. You know, but yes, I have got them with me, and they're sending this amazing amount of love and healing to you. Also to you, young man. And you don't look ill or anything, you know, not that, but they're just sort of, you know, trying to sort of overwhelm you with healing, really. So you probably had something going on in your life that you need a bit of healing for, shall we say. Say yes or no. Just so everybody's interested, you see. There are also some animals over there that I have to bring back to you, who are very grateful for everything you did. So you obviously went over and above the call of duty for these animals. Oh, he's nodding now. He's nodding. Yeah, we've got a mixture, really. We've got a mixture of animals. And of course, you have a love for all of nature. And that is something that appeals to you very much as well. So I'm not saying you're a pagan, because I wouldn't swear, not in a church. But, you know, the natural arts, the nature. And also, I think you're a bit of a dab hand with the old advice on, you know, what herbs people might take or have to make them feel better.
Yeah, yeah, I do, yeah.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
She says, actually, yes. We're getting somewhere here, aren't we? I feel sorry for your parents, really, because, I mean, they're the ones who are telling me all these things, you know. And, you know, they're not getting the credit for it, really, are they?
No, I don't suppose they are.
No, but, you know, just to tell you that, you know, they're so very proud of everything that you've done. And this is for both of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not been easy. And you've had to overcome quite a lot in your life.
Yes, yeah.
And you've been around as well for quite a long time, and understand that as well. And it's a very good thing that you've been able to support her in that way. You don't have a choice, no. Well, you know, this is not the place to start airing your grievances. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. Give me a minute while I go out and beat him.
What's that?
Just give me a minute while I take him outside and beat
Oh, and
him.
smack him, yeah. A bit like Alice in Wonderland, isn't it? You know, speak softly to your little boy and smack him when he sneezes. I think that was it, wasn't it? So I say God bless you.
Thank you very much.
And know that your parents will be around you at Christmas.
Lovely.
They'll be around you at Christmas.
A lot.
What?
I know they're around, so feel them a lot.
Well, good. At least you get a bit of confirmation, you see.
Yeah.
It's nice to get a bit of confirmation, you know, otherwise you think yourself going a bit mad.
Yeah.
Even I like confirmation. I don't need it, but I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh dear, here we are. I can't keep dwelling on the front row, you know, it's not fair. I think I'll have to go to the chap there in the red with a troll on the front or something, I think. Something, gnome or something. What's it say?
Papa Gonk.
It's a gonk.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm not very well up on things like this. You know, I do know who Elvis Presley was, but that's about the okay. Well, the fact is, you've got a very tall chap behind you. He's a guide, and I'd say that he was what we call Native American these days. And he has a lovely full headdress. Understand that? Yeah. And you get quite a lot of help from the other side there. Ah, that's all I needed, wasn't it? You know, go to another medium, good healer. A healing, I'm told, is very strong with you. And I don't know what that is. I'm not into this kind of thing myself, but I can hear a lot of drums going on and smoke. And there's something called a peace pipe that's being passed around that you would understand, presumably. Say no if you don't. They're looking to do more work with you. You'd understand what that's about. And they're suggesting that you keep some kind of diary, you know, a note of what goes on, what the sort of things that you're doing and developing, because you're developing all the time, apparently. He's developing all the time, apparently. And I see running water, you know, like running water, and I didn't know if I was being given a hint of what this chap's name is, you know, or if it's just something that is important to you, like a waterfall and beautiful scenery and everything, with water running past. It's not that you don't have people down, you know, over there that don't want to talk to you or something. It's just that this chap is very much very dignified but very strong, and he's really keeping everybody else out. Now that's an interesting thing, because if you're developing, you know, and it would be nice for you to be able to communicate with your own family, say, for instance. And if you're not getting too much from that, then it's because that this chap is sort of taking precedence, really. And you would have to ask him if you would mind stepping back. Is that okay? That would be my advice on that one. So I wish you a lot of luck and good wishes for your future, you know, journey, because you're definitely going to be somebody who can help a lot of people, and you know, your guide's going to be there. But you know, just to realise that he can keep other people out, and you have to sort of say, if you want to see other people or meet other people, you know, in the world of spirit, you have to say to him, just sort of step back, because that lowers the vibration, and while he keeps it up, they can't get through that. Is that okay? Oh, God bless. Well, would you find that interesting for him? Yeah. So sometimes our nearest and dearest can talk up for us where we can't, you see. And as we're all here wondering what on earth I'm going on about, you know, this flaming Indian with a Native American, sorry. You know, I was brought up on cowboys and Indians. It's very difficult to remember that they're Native Americans, they're not Indians. It's like saying Eskimos, isn't it? You mustn't say that anymore. Inuit. Can you imagine going to your kid, give us an Inuit kiss? You know, when you rub noses, you know, you rub noses with your kids, Eskimo kiss. No, Inuit kiss, and see what response you get from your kids or your grandkids or whatever. I think they probably run. Anyway, dear, you know, God bless you. I'm sure he doesn't mind me taking the Michael. You know, his guide, that is, not him. He doesn't mind, but the guides, the guides get a bit, they stand on ceremony, you know, rather a lot, especially when they're Native Americans. And when they start talking about their peace pipes, they take them very seriously and don't like people like me laughing at it. But I'm just ignorant, you know, aren't I, Eunice? Yes. So she's somebody, I think, who is very connected and keyed into the Native American traditions. You're nodding. She's nodding. Nodding. And, you know, you've got a whole flaming clan there, not a clan. What do they call them when there's a group of them? There's a big group anyway. Who's
Tribe.
saying it? A what? Oh, yeah, tribe, that's it. Yeah, we're not in Scotland, are we? No, tribe. Yeah, you've got a whole load of people there. And, you know, there's quite a lot of that going on in this hall, actually. There's quite a few people who are linked in. Yes, I know, I can feel that they're coming in there from the left. I can feel the vibes. There's these vibes coming over, you know, sort of quite sort of, where's she going with this sort of thing? And I think that there are a lot of people here who are very keen on this Native American stuff, and definitely they're picking on you guys and saying, you know, it's a wonderful thing actually that you're doing. So I don't know what that is that they're saying, but they say it's a wonderful thing. And as well as you as well, you connected up, aren't you? You two. Because I met you at the Remembrance Parade, laying wreaths, yeah. Fortunately, you weren't wearing a full regalia. That's what he's saying. So I've got somebody here who's sort of like, you know, like one of the, oh, I'm sorry. Huh. You know, like silver birch. You know about silver birch. And somebody very similar to that, who's looking after your interests. And would you know about red cloud? You would. Yes, that's the name I'm being given. Particularly, yeah. This is the trouble when you come to a church where there's all sorts of people who are developing and they're all mediums and healers. You know, you get a load of these guys all troop in. You're struggling to try and find their parents or their. I'm really grateful to yours for getting through. Very grateful, and to your dad. It was your dad, wasn't it? And Ken, of course, who's my friend. But yeah, it's quite hard when everybody's sort of got so many guides. But you know, you're loved by them. That's the point, and they come through on that vibration. So I'll leave you two with that, and just to know that you know you're doing the right thing, obviously. And I'm glad I've got the name of the guide and everything. That's good, isn't it? Could have been anything really. You know, the spirit world is awash with amazing names. You know. Be surprised. And the lady there who looks like she's a bit bored. You a bit bored? Are you a bit bored? You're listening. Oh, bless you. Bless you.
You've got about 15 minutes.
Thank you so much. Have you whispered that into my microphone, Nick?
No, just your ear.
I think probably the whole world now heard that I've got 15 minutes.
Right, okay.
Right. In the old days, I'd have thought, right, 15 minutes, that's about 15 people at a minute each. But now I come to you. Seems to be a night for the ladies. Ladies come through, she come close. I think she probably had cancer before she went over. Yeah. She's very attracted to the little person you've got on the middle there in front of you. So she must have loved kids. And you know, and that's people that say, oh yeah, it's always general, you know, all women love kids. No, they don't, actually. But she did, didn't she? Yeah. And so she was attracted straight away to that and said to me, oh, you know, love kids. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Oh, she felt really ill before she went. Oh, my goodness me. Terrible, terrible. Oh. You know, that's how I knew I had cancer when I got it, because like I felt so ill and I thought, oh, I know what this is. I'd never had it before myself, but I'd had everybody else's. As a medium, you know, I say we die many times, you know, so I had all the cancer symptoms. I knew what they were, and it wasn't anybody coming in from spirit. But yeah, so that's what horrible. But oh, and at one time I think she thought she must have been getting over it, but then yeah, and then no, so that was really disappointing to her. But she had this wonderful, lovely, bubbly personality. You know, that's what I'm getting, lovely, bubbly personality. And I don't mind people coming and going. When I was working in Israel, people used to chat and eat and everything, walk in and out regular. I got used to it all. Oh, she's saying thank you for being how you were and for that strength that you gave her. Because she got some strength from you, which is really important. And she wants to thank you. And she now, so she actually likes your get-up. Yeah, you see, it's so different, isn't it? See, people are different. And she's just saying, you know, that's lovely. And she would have liked a nice pair of pajamas herself, actually. And what she didn't like was the hospital stuff. No, she did not like it. She hated that. Yeah, she did hate it. Yeah. So it's just, she's just telling you really now to let you know that she's around, that she's perfectly all right. She can wear what she likes. She says, I wear what I blooming well please. That's what she says. And she showed, I say, she's got nice outfits. She's got some nice outfits, nice shoes and everything that she likes. She's showing. And she's saying, you know, oh, you'll enjoy it, she says, when you get here. Apparently they have quite a few like get-togethers and everything, and there was lots of friends over there. So, you know, it was all good. And she is good, all right? So I'll give you her love and sort of sliding over this way. Are you connected, the two of you, or are you just friends? But you understand the message? Yes, yeah. Oh, that's good, that's good. So I'll say God bless you. That's what you get for paying attention, really, isn't it? Get a bonus. Try and cheer up. Look, the fact is that everybody has got somebody, at least one person in the world of spirit, who is here tonight with each of you. You know, and it's very difficult for somebody like just one person like me to try and get everybody their messages through. I've got a whole commotion behind me. If you read the Bible at all, you'll see, you know, the old prophets used to say, I heard a voice behind me saying, I hear a voice behind me. They used to think it was God always, not always God. It was often, you know, their guides and helpers. But you get them behind you. Well, as those of you who are mediums know. So like, you know, I've got this whole load of people behind me and they're sort of looking at this lady here. So she's the one with the funny hat that I insulted earlier. Is one I insulted earlier. No wonder you're looking at me like daggers. It was your hat, wasn't it? I picked on. Sorry. If you say so. Well, I'm used to somebody. Actually, I'm used to somebody wearing strange hats.
I'm going to say, you'd know all about funny hat brigade.
There we are. Look. Take it down, Kathy. Look. And it lights. That's my partner over there with the lit up hat. Oh no, that one as well. No, this is a shame because like let me. Oh, my goodness me. I have a gentleman here for you. And when I felt that, I felt sort of really like a rush of family love towards you. And especially at this time of year, he's saying, especially this time of year. And December hasn't always been a happy month for you. Oh, Gordon Bennett, thank you very much. I'm also getting the old symptoms of stuff, you know, like it wasn't very nice at all. I get it round his stomach, chest and stomach. Thank you for that. We have to thank them, you see, when we get ill. Thank you for that. Thank you for the bad stomach. But that's what he suffered from, you see, mostly. And oh, right, okay. So apparently he would take these sort of indigestion remedies and things. Did you know about that? Oh, shame. But anyway, to start with, it was down to, he thought it was down just indigestion, basically. No, it wasn't, no. No, but that's what he thought to start with, you see. So he's taking these things. Right. Most people, I'm saying to you, most people have a favourite jacket or something, but he's saying he had sort of like favourite things that he used to like to wear. Favourite things like jackets and things, yeah, like, you know, that he would like to wear. So like, it's sort of like, I'm looking at a whole flaming wardrobe here. He must have been quite a sharp dresser when he was young, but I think it wore off, shall we say. I think it wore off. And we got to the sort of like pullover that was sort of always being worn. It looked like jumper. Shirt. It was a shirt. All right. Sorry about that. I'm trying to look to see what it is, you see, but it looked like he whatever it was, he liked to wear it. So the sort of thing you'd have to get it off him to wash. What's that? Yeah, no, quite. Well, obviously, you have to forgive me for the, getting the garment itself wrong, but they show you, and it's only up to us to see what they're showing us, and it's quite difficult, in my defence. So I think it's also important because you also have this thing about clothes and stuff. You like to wear nice clothes. Come on, own up. Yes. Thank you. She likes to wear nice clothes. Not that you would guess that tonight. You can't say I was guessing it, but I'm being told that you like to look nice, and you're always quite a fussy young lady. Yes, you were. If you've got some appointments coming up, yeah, just to know that you'll be all right, because that's why he's come through. That's very important for you to know that, okay? I'll say God bless you. You're very, very welcome. And I'm just glad I was the bearer of good tidings, because I wouldn't have liked to have done anything else. I think I've got about 4 minutes left.
I'll even give you 5.
The voice from behind me. The voice behind me. Once upon a time, my student. He takes great delight now in telling me what to do. Sitting down, it's quite hard. You know, like mediums, they sort of stand up and they can see over the top of people and stuff. There's a chap there, lovely shock of hair. May I come to you? Again, I get symptoms. There's somebody close to me now for you, and feels very loving towards you. And I feel that they felt quite sick with their passing. Sorry. Oh, right, yeah. The message for you is that love never dies. And that this person here is coming with love and wants you to feel a bit happier in yourself than you have been of late. Would you understand why they're saying this to you? Yes. Because you tend to, the words they're using is mither on to yourself. You know, you're constantly sort of thinking about things and, you know, why and what and why should it happen and stuff like that. Would you understand? Yeah. Sorry? This is the lady, I think. Only because when it's a man, they put a thing between your legs. And I don't have one. So therefore it's a female. It's true. Listen, it's true.
You didn't believe me when I said that in circle, did you?
You've not told them as well, have you?
Of course.
Well, it is true. You know, that because I used to get really mixed up. Well, because I'm a lesbian, you see, what would I know? So like, you know, if it's a man, I get a thing. And if it's a woman, I don't. It's easy. So there you go. I just talk amongst yourselves, children, that's fine. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't worry about interrupting this gentleman's message. It's your message, isn't it? It's for you. And it's very important because somebody here, this lady, wants you to cheer up within. Or it doesn't matter because she knows who you are. You must have an auntie in spirit. Several aunties in spirit. Several aunties in spirit. It was, yeah, we'd say it was one of them. You've got no idea, but you have got several aunties, and this one said auntie. That's fine. I'll take that. The main thing is to try and get you over Christmas all right. Do you understand that? Try and get you to try and get you feeling better over the Christmas period. Of course you're fine. It's not to do with that. It's to do with you know, your innermost self, your inquiring mind, shall we say. You would say you had an inquiring mind. Indeed, you do. And you think about things so much that what they're trying to do is give you a bit of upliftment so that you don't have to dwell on everything so much and worry about everything so much. You surely understand why they're saying that. Hmm? Oh, okay. Well, just, hmm? Yes. Perhaps this lady that's here has a different aspect of you that she considers. Perhaps a more sort of, I mean, I would say that this lady is referring to you as a sort of sensitive person and always worrying about other people and things and wondering about everything. So she feels that you should be a little bit more jolly, that's all. Would you understand that one? You don't think you need to be any more jolly than you are? It's how you are. Yeah, I know. But you have a humorous
Side.
side. Yes, you do. But I think it's probably a little bit hidden, possibly. They disagree that you keep it hidden. Well, it's something that's within you. It's very, very sensitive is all I could say. You'd make a very, very good healer. And you would make a good medium. So, you know, that's what I'm getting. And this lady is definitely connecting here. And sort of, you know, we had these sort of chakras. And she's connecting there. And I think that you may well see her, if you do meditation, you may well get contact from her. And that would be far better than me arguing with you and her, because I'm only the in-between person. I'm getting stuff in, and I'm saying, well, he's not really happy about this, but she's keeping on. She hasn't gone anywhere. And then what I did hear was that in meditations and so on, you would hear from her. Yes, I think it would. So I'll say God bless to you. I hope that you've all enjoyed the evening with me.
Yes.
I've certainly enjoyed being here, because this is where we came to when we gave up the leisure centre.
Yeah.
And Nick was ordained here, weren't you, Nick?
Oh, yes.
And other people who shall remain nameless. Stella? See, I never asked you to come up. You're lucky. I thought you might have come up on the last one.
Yeah. Bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Lyn. Now, I will just,
Thank you.
I do just want to say that I've waited approximately 25 minus 2 for circle. So I've waited about 23 years to borrow Lyn's stick and remind her that if she gets out of mischief, I'm going to come up and do this. Because she used to threaten to do it to me all the time. So I'm going to pop it back behind her so she doesn't crack me with it for reminding her of that story. But ladies and gentlemen, give a big thank you, because we do celebrate with joy, upliftment and laughter. Lyn Gibb-de Swarte.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Now,
Thank you, thank you.
you
thank you,
may
thank you.
have noticed there is a slight smell in the air. And everyone's getting a little bit mouth-watery hungry because we are going to be, Tony is in the kitchen slaving away, making chips for us. So we will have chips, and there's lots of wonderful things that will be brought out and laid on the table. So we'll have a buffet. But we have, of course, got the raffle as well. But thank you all so very, very much for all of your upliftment, your support, your laughter, your madness, your craziness, your healing, your community feel that you've provided throughout this last year. And in particular, Caroline, a big thank you for the sandwiches. We know you're poorly. And for everyone who has absolutely kept us and Eileen happy throughout this year with cake every Thursday night. So thank you all so very, very much. But please be reminded that the service isn't over yet. Because we, of course... Are you all right, dear? No. So please be reminded that we do have a prayer to do after the mediumship. But of course, a big thank you to everyone, I mean it, for all of your support. And I do want to say a big thank you actually to the front row, who have not only kept us entertained with the hilarity, but also for the lovely setup of the tree and grabbing Tony and getting him helping out with setting up all of the lovely decorations and having the idea so you could all dress up in your tightly nightlies to keep warm for tonight. So a big thank you for the suggestion and the work on that. But most importantly, and I do mean this, thank you everyone for all of your support this year. It wouldn't have been worth it without you. And I thank you all deeply from the bottom of my heart on behalf of us all here. And here is to 2025. So friends, when you send out your prayers, as we send out our prayers in a moment, send your thoughts out to all those that have gone before us. Send your thoughts out to all those that are yet to arrive. I will just quickly say, on Tuesday night circle, we were absolutely blessed to have a 15-minute chat with Dawney's Danica. She does send her love and says that she will be back as soon as she can. But Danica is now 7 months old and wearing 12-month-old trousers. So she's been rather preoccupied and a bit busy, but she will come up and see us soon. And she did ask me to pass on her love. As I know many who are watching online have also been sharing their thoughts and Merry Christmases from all over the world, in actual fact. So thank you all for supporting us online. Thank you all for being here. But I also know that we're getting hungry and want some chips. So I will now ask Reverend Lyn, would you like to close this evening in prayer? I will.
Let's all close our eyes and relax. And thank the Great Spirit, dear Lord, for being with us tonight here in this hall and blessing all the participants in this service, whether they be in this hall or outside of it. We ask a blessing on all the families and friends that are here represented and represented in the wider world beyond this hall. We ask for healing for all those who are sick and suffering. We ask for comfort to be given to all the children of the world, wherever they live, whatever their creed or culture. We ask the dear Lord to bless them with comfort and give us a joy in this festive season. We ask too for the animal world. We ask for all the animals to have a blessing of food and shelter when they need it. We ask a special blessing, dear Lord, on all those who are held captive in other countries. We ask, dear Lord, for a blessing on this country and all the people who live in it and all the countries of the world, that they may all come to recognize and understand that we are all one spirit. We are all of the one spirit. We come from the great spirit. We are all one family. And it doesn't matter about our outer appearance. Within ourselves, we are all spirit. We ask that you bless us, dear Lord, in the coming days with your love, light, and in truth. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lynn. Well, friends, that brings us to the end of not only this evening, but 2024. Again, thank you all so much. And it sounds like the chips are now ready. So I'm very going to quickly say to everyone at home, from all of us here, Happy Christmas. 1, 2, 3. Happy Christmas! And add that bit. Happy New Year, yeah! Good night, everyone, all on the world. Good night. And